Fear and irrational fear. Irrational fear, rational fear, fear, period. This is my second time trying to make this video, and I'm happy I didn't post it earlier because now the state of things, I can kind of elaborate and put some helpful preparational tips in there. I'm pretty sure if you're here, you kind of know what to do, but I hope that anything I say will kind of either alleviate the fear, or if I give some helpful hints, that would actually help you. Rational fear is something that's a direct threat. Irrational fear is something that's not necessarily a direct threat, but you feel like on some level you can, it is. And that is all perspective and of the mind. I'm not going to sit here from a spiritual perspective and tell you that you don't live in fear, it's fear-mongering. On a rational, grounded perspective, preparation is key. I'm not saying hoard, preparation. I read something recently that a couple of guys, basically when this first hit, they hoarded like hand sanitizer, paper towels, toilet paper, and it means to resell it. And now eBay, Amazon, and other individual retailer websites have basically banned them. So they're just kind of stuck with all these materials. Don't hoard. Because now that they did that, people who actually do need it and need to acquire it, who are in the direct line of fire, cannot acquire things. Great. If you look at my Instagram, I am the highest Priestess V. You will see that I'm currently in New York State. I'm currently in Westchester County. So, to me, it is a direct threat. And that's unfortunate because I do have a history of respiratory illnesses, as well as my child. I have been preparing. I have not been hoarding. Right now, people who are not in Westchester County, who are in Long Island, Staten Island, New York City, and the surrounding boroughs where the infection has hit, they don't have access to things like toilet paper. Helpful hint number one, if you do not or cannot acquire toilet paper and you do recycle, get a clean water bottle if you do recycle. Fill it with water. Close the lid really tight. Puncture holes through the top of the lid. Use it to spray yourself. So you can use less toilet paper. If you're really brave, you can use, washcloths to dry yourself or things of that nature. Dirty rags, dirty shirts, old shirts, whatever the case may be. Helpful hint number one. Number two, eat all of your perishable goods first. Any vegetables that you might have, fruits, meats that have been thawed out, those go first. Save your canned goods for last. Why? Because it's just don't waste perishable goods, number one. Number two, fruits and vegetables are best for your immune system. Number three, you want to save your canned goods for last because they last longer. And if you can't head outside to the grocery store, there you go. What else can I put in there? There is a lot of hysteria going on right now. And it's not for me to judge anybody's feelings, or, no, it's not for me to sit here and not validate your feelings. Your feelings and your truth are your truth, and that's valid to you. With that being said, nobody lives your life but you, and you should honestly listen to your intuition and do what's best for you. A lot of us don't have the means to gather a lot of things right now. Thus, we're kind of left to our own devices. Can it be difficult? Yes. Can it be stressful? Yes. But this too shall pass. Be creative as possible. If you have old containers for to make juice in, or you have old water bottles or water containers, I suggest getting filters the Brita filters. If you already have one, get the 6-month long one, the filters for that. Start filling up old water gallons and water bottles, and just have clean water around so you don't have to venture outside, number one. First aid kit, you should always have that on handy regardless of what the state of the nation is. But just so that if you get anything like a cut, or you can disinfect it yourself, you can deal with it yourself without having to head to a medical center currently at this time in order to do so. It's always good. People will say get survival kits, things of that nature. A lot of us don't have access to that, even Amazon, some level. Some are sold out. So just do the best that you can with what, you're given in your house. If you run out of, disinfectant sprays and things like that, apple cider vinegar, salt, go into your herb cabinet and see what you can do, some different essential oils that will actually help. Why I named this video Fear and Irrational Fear is because I think a few months ago, maybe even about a month ago when this first hit, a lot of people were being like, don't feed into it, until Italy shut down. And people are being quarantined on cruise ships, and now it's really elevated to a point where if you're in certain states, it is a state of emergency. We are in the middle of something that we are uncertain about, and nobody can really tell you how to feel about the situation but you. Assess, make educated decisions. Try your best, not to go outside. If you deal with things like seasonal depression, open your windows. Let fresh air in the house. If your children and you are self-quarantined, remember to open the windows. Remember to put funnies on. Remember to keep it light. And again, have the best intentions. You know what I mean? Pull out the old arts and crafts. Pull out the old board games. This can be a time of self-care. I'm not saying in a luxurious way. Just eat your best. Hydrate. Keep on moving. Keep on swimming. That's the best that I can say. Any other helpful hints I might have? Oh, doing your laundry inside. If you don't have the luxury of having, your own washer and dryer. What I've been doing is taking big plastic tubs, filling them with hot water, and then like half hot water, half boiling water, mixing it with, the detergent that I have, letting it sit, rinsing it in hot water, and then rinsing it in cold water, shaking it out, hanging it up using hangers. And of course, keep windows open so that you have a circulation of air. And I've been kind of doing that with my children's clothing so that I don't have to go to laundromats right now currently, even though I have within the last few days or so for my clothes, because my clothes are too dense to dry in the house. But again, I was like in and out. I didn't stay in the laundromat. There were people in there with masks. It's that serious. And again, best intentions, try your best, go on the internet, be resourceful. Any other helpful hints? I'm just looking around. No.